Good morning and welcome to Fishing with CJ. And we are down on the beach. Today is Boxing Day. Now I don't know when I'm going to edit this and put this out. Maybe if I can get my finger out I might be able to do it tonight. But it is Boxing Day and I've come out for a bit of fresh air and a little bit of a chuck. I don't know that I'm going to catch a great deal. I've got one rod out, 3 baits on, basically just baited up with some very stinky black lug. It is stinky, it's just about knocking up. It's still got a little bit of life in it, but it's very smelly. And I'm tipping that off with a bit of bluey. So I've got a bit of bluey on there. It's basically what came to hand out the freezer, to be honest. There are competitions being run today, but I'm not fishing them. I've just come down here for a little bit of fresh air and work off a bit of turkey. Got some Christmas cake to eat with a cup of tea, which I might do in a minute. Yeah, and I've got a new toy, a new Christmas present to play with, so I'm going to have a little play with that down on the beach, see if it works. But more of that later, because if it doesn't work, it won't be appearing in this video. So let's just turn that around and look at this rod. There's my rod, out, first cast, no fish at the moment. But who knows, it's early yet. Only going to be fishing for a couple of hours. The tide has just turned, it's on the way out now. So I should have a bit of current flowing through in a minute. So fish is ebb really well here. I'm at Langley Point, peg 1, 2, 3, peg 4, which is pretty close to the point. I come to this side of the bay so I can tuck myself in against the groin here, out of whatever wind there is. But to be frank, there isn't much wind. I had toyed with the idea of going out with a boat today, but the forecast was early, up until about midday, it was going to be quite windy, but it doesn't look windy at all. Bit of a residual swell though, so it's probably been a bit uncomfortable out there. So I think this is the right move. Now anyway, let's see what happens. So I'm going to set up my new toy. Read the instructions, shall we? Well, it's flying and it's zooming out. Well, it's following me. Well, here we are down the beach. Oh, and I've got a fish, I've got a bite. I have got a bite. Think if I walk forward towards it. Will it follow me? Right, let's wind this in and see if we've got a fish on here. First fish of the Christmas break. Looks like there's something on here. Walk down the beach a bit, see if it follows me. It's following me. Oh, here we go. Well, if I was fishing a match, that would be, whoops, no, no, no.
Collision detected. Please pay attention to the surrounding environment and avoid obstacles.
Ooh, that was close. Whoa, that was close. It landed and then decided to fly into the sea. Whew. Just managed to get it before it dunked itself. Ah, drones, eh? Right, let's get these fish off, get these baits back out, see if we can get some more. Right, so let's get this one out. Just put the breakaways in. Might do a second rig up actually, now so I can just twin pat it. Because otherwise it's taking too long. So let's walk this down the beach, give it a whack. Followed me all this far or not? Whew. I'm gonna rig up a second rig, so base it up ready to go so I can twin pat, because although I'm not fishing a match, it does take too long to bait up otherwise. Here's a free hooker, courtesy of Ian Hopper. So there's not on these nice little spools. Just to free up the line, clip down, paternoster. Let's put a weight on the bottom of that. It stops it flailing around. Using these 6-ounce red tops, seem to be working okay. Don't seem to be drifting around in the tide, although the tide is still probably not as strong as it will be. This tackle box is a mess, I have to say. I do need to have a sit down and a tidy up. And as I've shown you before, I bend the wires so they're sticking out a bit further. But I also just turn the ends over a little bit, just so that it gives it a bit more grip in the bottom. And I'm using some incredibly stinky black lugworm. I couldn't put it in the fridge because the fridge was full of turkey and everything. So they went outside in a cold box, and of course it hasn't been that cold the last few nights, so they are knocking up just, but they do stink. But the fish seem to like them. It's the important thing. Because they're not very, because they're a bit soft, what I am doing is I am wrapping them up with a bit of elastic as well. So I've thread 3 onto the needle. Bait elastic, where are you? Yeah, this is Coxham Raw bait elastic. I have to say, it is the best bait elastic I've ever used. So big up to Coxham Raw on that. It's very good stuff. I need to get another spool because this one's getting a bit low. And it's red. I don't know if that makes a vast amount of difference. So just wrapping these worms up, so keeping them a little bit more compact. Stop them spreading up and down the line or turning into a pair of Nora Batty stockings on the hook. So that's one worm. So it makes it a nice little compact bait. So that's 3 little baits on the needle. I used to have some longer needles than these. These needles are made by Trident Tackle. They're carbon fibre, which is better than steel ones, to be frank. But I did have some longer ones, and they could do with just being about 2 or 3 inches longer, just so that I can get 3 different decent sized worm baits onto them. Because it's good to good to be able to put all your baits on one needle, so it again saves time. Watching my rod tip while I'm doing this, just in case we're getting some activity. I mean, albeit with whiting, it pays to leave it out. There's 3 baits on it. Oh yeah, there is a bite on there actually. Yeah, I have got a little knock on it. So by the time I got this one baited up, it'll be time to wind that one in and see if we can't get some more whiting on the beach. And the 3rd one. So that's 3 nice little compact worm baits, but we're going to tip this off with a bit of bluey. So I've cut some little strips of bluey. So just wrapping them onto the end hook, on the end of the hook. Actually, I can cut that one in half, it's a bit long. Just wants to be a little bit of oily fish on the end. Seems to get the white in. Seems to pick out the bigger white in, to be fair. You can use bluey or you can use mackerel to do this. I can imagine you can probably use herring or sprats as well. Just pricking it through the skin and then back through again. So we've got like a little blob of fish bait on the end. Right, let's hang that up on the tripod and keep an eye on this rod tip now. Definitely had a little bite on it just now, probably just a little whiting. So it's a 3-hook Cascade paternoster. This one, and the one that's out at the moment is 2 up, 1 down Portsmouth pulley rig. No, Portsmouth loop rig, not pulley rig. So that's ready to go. Leave that for a little while. Gonna have a cup of tea, I think, because I deserve it. Cup of tea and maybe a piece of cake. The yachts over here, and you can see the yachts are racing somebody else who hasn't got a Christmas and is doing things on Boxing Day. Lovely cup of tea. But I'll put that back on again when I wind in. Getting a lot of rattling on this rod tip, so I think it might be time to wind that one in. Definitely got a bit of whiting activity on here, I feel. Oh. Well, the lead was in well. There's something on there, I think. Something on here. Yep. Ooh. Double header of little whiting. One, two, And the bottom trace has definitely been snarled and snaggled up. So there was something there, and somehow it's managed to hook itself into the clip. So let's get that one off. We'll sort that out while we've got another bait in the water. Another bite. I think I've probably got more than one on it. Oh yeah, no, oh, that's a better bite. Oh, I'm going to turn this around and wind into that. Little whitey. Fish like that. So we've got another bit of activity on the rod there, so I think we've probably got a couple of fish on there. We've been going for a while, let's find it and see what we got. Well, I'm going to have a cup of tea and a bit of Christmas cake is the plan. So Let's balance the camera there. I'll put it down here. Down there. That's it. Cup of tea. Oh, lovely help. I've only mentioned a cup of tea and a piece of Christmas cake. I haven't got a bite. That's just slurp of tea. I am going to have a piece of Christmas cake, however, before have a bite at least. So let's watch that rod tip for a moment while I'm eating this cake. Just put the camera on it now, stop. Here we go. I've got 3 baits on there. If I can get a triple header, that puts me into double figures. I've had 7 so far, haven't I? So another 3, and I'm in 10s. So let's wind into that. I'm going to have a mouthful of tea first, so wash that Christmas cake down. Oh. I've put on so much weight this week. In fact, truth be known, last week as well, away on business, and we were eating well. And hopefully, 100% battery remaining. Can't quite work that out. Right, back onto this microphone. I don't know if you've heard anything I've said up to now. Might just be some music playing. Whoa, got a cracking bite on here. Right, so I've had a slurp of tea, I've had a bit of Christmas cake. Should we see if I can get my Christmas present working again? I don't know how much battery life is on it. Maybe I need to put a fresh battery in it. Let's try bird eye.
5 meters, bird eye.
Right, it's going up. Is it going to follow me? Is it going to stay there bird eyeing? No. Come here. Well, there's a bit of weight on here. Follow me down the beach. Ooh, follow me. Oh. There's something on there that came off. One little whiting. I think I had something bigger on there and it came off in the surf. Dogfish maybe. Getting back. So that's eight little whiting I've had so far. I want 2 more to make it up to 10. So a nice double figure. That might have gone over the groin. We'll find out when we wind it in. Right, I don't know if I'm over the groin here, so I'm going to wind this one in and see. Might have to climb up and wind it the other side. All right, got away with it. Very close to the groin if it is, if it isn't. got away with it, I think. No fish on. First empty hooks. Come on, let's get some distance with this. That felt better. I think I felt a bite then as I was walking up. It knocked on the line. Right, so that's the second to last cast. Second to last cast. And then we're going to go home, put our feet up in front of the telly. Whew. Well, it seems to have slowed down a little bit. Last winding, obviously, I had no bait, no fish on at all. But I've left this one out for a while now, and I have had a little knock on it. Got a little knock going on it now, but it's only a tiny little knock. So, yeah, still not knocking and rattling in it. I think I'll wind it in, put the last rig out. Yeah, definitely something rattling there. Oh yeah, that's a white ding, I feel. Right, let's get it in. Ugh. Creaking, aching bones. All right, 8. I want 2 more to make my 10. And then after that, another 2 to make a dozen. Never happy. Something on here, I think. Ooh, yeah. Come on, come to Daddy. Oh, a triple header. Tiny little whiting, but it's a threesome nonetheless. Look at those little pins. Seeing me or not? Can't tell if it's seeing me or not. Back up and make sure we're on camera. Yeah, so a triple header of tiny little tings. Get them off. That's got me up to 11. So 1 more for a dozen. 1. You can see why we call them winter mackerel when they come in on strings like this, because it's just like getting a string of mackerel, isn't it? So that's 3 little tings. Get them back. Swim away to grow to be a bigger nuisance. And swim! Swim, swim, little ting. They're all going back, aren't they? I'm not seeing any washed up. Right, change this rig over, get the other rig on, and then pack that one away, because this is my last cast. And let's whack them out, see if we can get a distance on it. Last cast. My last cast is out. I've got a healthy rattling bite on there. And I've been joined by...
Hi everyone.
I never know which name to call him because he's got more than one name, this man. Theo.
That's it, or Mark.
Or Mark. Yeah.
You definitely got something on there though, Chris.
Definitely got something on there, which would be good because I've had 11 fish so far, so I'd like to make the dozen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind catching a different species actually.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it a little bit longer, and then we'll wind it.
Flapper.
Yeah, with some very, oh, it's pulling quite hard now.
Yeah.
With some very smelly lugworm on it,
Yeah.
and a little bit of bluey whipped into it, just to give it a bit of oil. Next big tug and I'll go for it, I think. And then that's the end of my session. Little tugs, little taps and rattles. Oh yeah, let's get there. It's definitely there. So let's. Right, so let's put the camera down and wind that up. Oh, are you still fishing or are you packed up now?
I've just packed up.
Oh right, that's a point.
See what you got now.
Yeah, be whiting. Finish the day off with a codling would be good, wouldn't it? Or a haddock. There's definitely something here. Ooh, it's pulling back. Oh, there we go. Oh, it got me up to the unlucky 13, I think. Ah. Some more whiting. I think the bottom one would have scored points in a comp, I think. Top one maybe.
Video to you as well.
Oh, thank you.
Surprising what you can do with an iPhone, isn't it?
Yeah. To be quite honest, the video quality is amazing on phones now.
I'm quite into photography.
Yeah.
I do my dogs.
All right.
We do the game, me and my wife
Yeah.
do the game fairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I take pictures of shoots, but they don't want you to publish them on Facebook. And I had some paying ones.
Yeah, I wanted to do some shoots and they said no because there's too many antis out there.
Yeah. You get drones flying over sometimes.
Really?
Cut that one.
Got a mouthful of stones. How's you remember that? Well, I weighed him. He would have weighed more respectable points. There you go. Right. Get these two back and yeah, nice. I'll see you on the next comp probably. Are you fishing? Well, I think Tony's will get called off on Saturday. Oh, is he? Monday? Oh, right. Well, that's it. Fantastic little morning down the beach. Had, I think, 13 whiting. Only a couple of them, 2 or 3 maybe, would have scored points in the competition, but hey, it wasn't a competition. It was an opportunity to get down the beach, blow some cobwebs out, and it served that purpose. So, you know, those of you, we do talk about mental health and how fishing is really important for that, and it certainly helps me. So I'll catch you on the next one. Try and get this video out fairly pronto, because it's Boxing Day. If I put it out in 2 weeks' time, it'll have no relevance. Season's greetings to everybody. Can I just say thank you to everybody that follows my channel. Your support really makes it worthwhile. And, you know, I'll keep on doing what I'm doing. And hopefully we'll be doing a lot more in the new year, next year, because it is my intention to retire and just do this full time as a hobby. And a lot of changes coming in my life. I think 24 is going to be a good year. 23 was pretty brutal really, but 24 was going to be a good year. Get some interesting stuff out. Hopefully going to get a bigger boat. Plenty more fishing. Tony and I are talking about doing a bit of travelling around different locations to fish with different fish. So we'll be doing that on Tony's channel. We've got a live from Q&A from the shop on Thursday night with Jem Stapleton. Now Jem, if you don't know her, is a woman member of the England team. So, you know, if you're partners or anybody, you know, you want to try and encourage to get into the sport and they don't want to because they perceive it as being a sort of male dominated sport, get them to come and watch the Q&A on Thursday and ask Jem some questions about it, because she's a very, very keen angler and a very good angler, and yeah, hopefully she'll be able to set people straight. So in the meantime, keep safe, keep sane, keep fishing, and I will catch you next time. Bye.